and Chandravanshi Atma. What is the quality? What is the difference in the Sun Dynasty souls and the Moon Dynasty souls? The difference lies in the sign, that practical dharana, the inculcation of the knowledge in practical life. And so let's first, before we start, let's be seated in between the eyebrows in the eternal incorporeal form, a shining star radiating light in all directions, light and might. And now look at the sun, the knowledge, the ocean of knowledge, the ocean of purity, ocean of divine virtues, Shiv Baba in front, and his rays are falling on us. We are connected with him, the universal powerhouse. And in the process, in this awareness, we, the stars, also becoming like sun. Because we are the direct children of the Supreme Father, the incorporeal Father. So let's read the Murli in this consciousness. Today, Bab and Dada were having a conversation in the subtle region about the efforts of the children in their ascending stage. Bab Dada saw two types of children. One type they saw was of those in the first division of effort makers in their form of Sun dynasty deities, Suryavanshi and Devta, Devi Sarup. The other type was of those in the second division of effort makers in their form of Moon dynasty warriors, Chandravanshi, Yodha. So there's a difference. See the difference? Suryavanshi, Devi Devta, Gharana, Sun dynasty deities. Whereas Bab Dada is describing the Moon dynasty as the warriors. So the difference is in the inner stage. There's a checking point. Now take a pause here and just deeply reflect inside whether I am the self-sovereign soul who is the king of my mind, intellect, and sanskars, my sense organs, and I am using them for fulfilling my aim of becoming the Sun Dynasty soul. Am I the master? And are they obeying my order? Or am I still struggling or in kind of being a warrior? Sometimes I have the victory, and sometimes I become subservient to my sense organs or my own mind, dictates of my mind or intellect or sanskar. So with this checking point in the backdrop, let's read further. So Bab Dada saw a difference between the two types of children in both their stage and their speed. Stage and speed. Both had the thought of reaching the destination of perfection, and they still have this thought. So both type of children have this aim of reaching the destination of perfection. So there's no difference in the aim. So where's the difference lies? Difference lies in the stage and the speed. However, there wasn't much difference visible between the thought and the practical form of the first division, the Sun Dynasty souls. The Sun Dynasty souls, whatever they create the thought, first of all, they create only the only very limited select thoughts, highly determined thoughts, and the ones they create that thought, they in an instant become the embodiment of or the practical form of the that thought. That's the quality of the first division. They call it the Sun Dynasty souls. There was a but however, on the other hand, there was a greater difference visible between the thought and the form of the second division, the Moon Dynasty souls. Their thought was 100% powerful, but their practical form was sometimes 75% and sometimes 50%. So, see the difference in the Sun Dynasty soul? It's constantly like a sun, constantly radiating the solar insolation to the entire earth and to entire heavenly bodies constantly. So, similarly, the soul is constantly in companionship with the supreme powerhouse is just like sun dynasty, whereas the moon changes the phases, so it will become the full moon only on particular days, whereas other days it will be there will be 75% or sometimes 50% or even lesser. So that's the difference. The Sun Dynasty souls either constantly maintain the powerful stage of a master son of knowledge, the seed stage, or they stabilize in the second stage of an avyakt angel for a longer time. What is Babdada saying? Let's understand. The Sun Dynasty souls either constantly maintain the powerful stage of a master son of knowledge. They're so close to the son of knowledge that, that they are always in the powerful stage, which is the seed stage, the, the, the foundation. They're always in the core, or or they stabilize in the second stage of an avyakt angel. Either they are in the seed stage, and while playing the part, they are in the stage of an avyakt angel for a longer time. The Moon Dynasty souls, on the other hand, are not able to stabilize in the seed stage of a master son of knowledge for as long, for it is only after battling with many types of obstacles of Maya for a long time that they are able to stabilize in the stage of either an avyakt angel or a victorious soul. So here they have to, they are in conflict, they are in battling, they are on a battle with Maya. Whereas for Sun Dynasty soul, there's no Maya. Means Maya is there, but for the stage is so deeply rooted in the core stage, the seed stage, or the apex angel that they are detached from the Maya. Deeply inside, they are isolated from Maya. They don't have to battle. Sometimes they so in the Moon Dynasty souls, sometimes they battle against their wasteful thoughts and sometimes with some other problem. So what are the enemies which bring the Moon Dynasty souls down is their wasteful thoughts, which are not required. They don't contribute to the ascending stage. These are called wasteful thoughts. And sometimes with some other problems, which they think, they are struggling with these problems. They spend a long time trying to defeat Maya. So that a lot of time gets wasted in that. In 1 hour effort, the Moon Dynasty souls would experience half an hour or 15 minutes of success. So remaining, what happens to half an hour and or 45 minutes? They are trying to defeat Maya. Therefore, because of their laborious efforts, they sometimes become tired because the intellect and mind becomes tired, or sometimes they just carry on. Try to just pull on. They sometimes run, and other times, when they see others running, although they want to run themselves, they are unable to do so. In experiencing each virtue of the Father, they only reach halfway in that experience. That stage is only accomplished by 50%. They would say that the Father is the ocean of happiness and that they themselves are embodiment of happiness. But they would not experience constant happiness. That's a line that we need to deeply understand. On one hand, for the Moon Dynasty souls, we have to check that one hand we say Father is the ocean of happiness, and we ourselves are embodiments of happiness because we are master ocean of happiness. But deep inside, we would not experience constant happiness. So Bhagavata says they experience perfect happiness sometimes, but not at other times or all times. Just as the degrees of the moon increase and reduce, phases of moon, okay, what happens to the moon? Changes the phases, changes the degrees. Similarly, those of the moon dynasty only sometimes experience the perfect stage with a lot of zeal and enthusiasm, whereas at other times they experience themselves to be very far from their perfect stage, the full moon stage. Even there is Amavasya sometimes when there is no stage. Sometimes, in order to experience Baba's company, instead of adopting the stage of remembrance, they adopt the stage of complaining. So, Vijit bhai, should we go ahead? Uh,
Yeah, let's go ahead. So I think the next paragraph is even wonderful. Baba
yeah,
is
yeah,
talking about the
wonderful,
contrast.
wonderful. It's a great Murli, and it's the checking point for all of us. Sometimes we are in the Sun Dynasty, are we Sun Dynasty souls, or we are Moon Dynasty souls? So Baba is giving a very deep points about how to check this and how to change. So, so sometimes, in order to experience Baba's company, instead of adopting the stage of remembrance, they adopt the stage of complaining. So this contrast, the stage of remembrance versus the stage of complaining, we can churn later, little later. So let's see the first point. Though those of the Sun dynasty constantly experience the father's company and remain absorbed in the experience is experiencing love in all relationships with him. So what is the key thing? Key thing here is the key difference between the Sun dynasty and the Moon dynasty is that the Sun dynasty souls we will constantly experience the father's company, that experiencing deep, and then remain absorbed in experiencing love in on all relationships with him. Not that he's our father, teacher, or Sadguru. He is also my sergeant, is my companion, is my boss, he's my colleague, he's my subordinate, he's everything. All relationships. Second point is Sun dynasty souls do not fluctuate in their stage by sometimes ascending or sometimes descending. So they will not fluctuate. They constantly experience the stage of ascent, just as the sun is always experienced as a form of light. We never see the sun to be in phases, no, or in degrees, no. It's always 100%. It's always full. Now the clouds can be there on top, but sun will always be the sun. It never changes the phases. So it doesn't go into cycle of degrees. There isn't a difference of sometimes being 14 degree or at other times 8 degrees. Third point, Maya definitely comes in front of Sun dynasty souls like a cloud. Okay, Baba is already touching that point. Huh? Baba definitely comes, Maya definitely comes in front of Sun in the form of cloud. But that cloud comes and then vanishes, and it can't stay in front of the radiance of Sun. Fourth, Sun dynasty souls constantly have a stage of equanimity. Their own brightness doesn't lessen when they see clouds. That's a beautiful thing. Sun dynasty souls will constantly have a stage of equanimity. you know, their own brightness doesn't lessen when they see clouds. They don't get afraid, or they don't reduce their brightness or the radiance when these clouds they surround the sun. They experience having the virtues of the Father in their practical lives and also reveal themselves to everyone through this form. Fifth point, Sun Dynasty souls constantly experience themselves to be unlimited servers and light and might houses. So they have this command and control. They have this constant awareness, unlimited servers, and light and might house. Sixth, Sun dynasty souls constantly follow in the footsteps of Father Brahma in everything they do. They are equal to Father Brahma in their deeds and the speed of their efforts. So when they are not in the seed stage, what happens? The Sun dynasty souls, they are in this angelic stage. They, because they follow Father Brahma in the practically every deed, and that's why the speeds of angel is very fast. The speed of their efforts is also equal to Father Brahma, angelic father. And seventh, the first step of Sun dynasty soul is in following the Father. Their minds, intellects, the two main faculties of the soul, minds and intellects, are totally surrendered to the Father. So they won't use just like their mind and intellects just like that. No, they will first surrender. Not my mind, it's Baba's mind. Not my intellect, it's Baba's intellect. So they will surrender it totally, and then they will use that for the in the angelic state. You saw this speciality in Father Brahma. He claimed his great fortune through his great renunciation. That is surrender, complete, total surrender of mind and intellect. That's a great and renunciation. He was the first number to claim the perfect angelic form and the first number to claim the title of world emperor. First is the inner world emperor, where what is inner world comprised of? Mind, intellects, and sanskars. So he would surrender that to the Father, the Supreme Father, and then become the world emperor. Similarly, the Sun dynasty souls are great and complete renunciates, just like Father Brahma. To be a complete renunciate means that you renounce even the progeny of vice in your sanskars. Such complete renunciates who follow the Father become angels at this time and the first world emperors in the future. So at this time, the, the inner world emperor, and in future, the first world emperor. Direct connection. The next eighth point, Sun dynasty souls constantly experience their intellects to have faith and thereby remain constantly carefree and experience themselves to be definitely victorious every cycle. Once they have ultimate unlimited faith, then there is no self doubt, there's no struggling, no battling. So they remain constantly carefree and experience themselves to be definitely victorious every cycle. Ninth point is Sun Dynasty souls, while fulfilling the responsibility of world benefit, remain double light. So they are taking care of the entire world, but still double light. It's not fluctuating the stage. This inner stage is always constant radiance, brilliance, even to the extent of their huge responsibility. 10th point, Sun Dynasty souls, through the rays of their attitude and their vibrations, stabilize other souls in the experience of their original form. That's another beautiful personality attribute of Sun Dynasty souls, that they, through their unlimited attitude and their spiritual vibrations, what they will do, they will stabilize not only them, their inner stage is stabilized, they will also stabilize other souls. Other souls will experience their original form, that this is an eternal soul we are talking to. So that's the difference. 11th point, Sun Dynasty souls do not use any of the treasures they have selfishly for themselves, but are constantly great donors and bestow blessings on others. So they are not into this limited pleasures. They are always sharing with the entire world in the form of constantly great donors and blessings. 12th point, there are two special indications of souls who belong to the Sun dynasty. First, they only come into sound. Sorry, sound means this corporeal world after being in the stage beyond sound, that is incorporeal world or angelic world. Secondly, two signs of them are they always maintain their stage of self-respect, that is swaman, and they are humble and constructive in their words and deeds. That humbleness, and to be nirmanchit, that is constructive in their thoughts, always sakaratmak, positive thinking in their words and deeds. Similarly, these are the indications of, now Baba is speaking about the Moon Dynasty souls. Similarly, there are indications of Moon Dynasty souls, such as they only sometimes fulfill a task to the full extent and other times to a lesser extent. So sometimes they will meet the expectations, whereas on the other times they fulfill a task to somewhat lesser extent. They would sometimes be 50%. Sometimes they sparkle like the souls who reach 100%. They will sparkle like the sun. Whereas at the other times, they constantly turn the beats of their own rosary of weaknesses in front of the Father. They become like which Dada says, like a bhakt. They will start turning the beats of their own rosary of weaknesses. They'll start looking for some kind of uh, someone. They will look for that. They will focus on their weakness and they will start to beg. Sometimes they are powerful, and other times they create waste. They will uh, they will fluctuate from their inner stage, and they will create waste thoughts. Sometimes they are great, and the other times they are ordinary. Sometimes they experience themselves to have authority. They will feel powerful and experience powerful stage, and to be Mahavirs, like Mahavirs. And however, at other times, they say that they can only move forward if they are given support and cooperation. They experience themselves to be limping along, battling, struggling along. So now, Bapdada says, ask yourself, what stage have I reached? Hmm? Since the day I have come to the Gyan, to the knowledge, since the day the moment I have met the Supreme Father, and till now, what stage I have reached? What's my spiritual progress? Am I a Sun Dynasty soul? Have I gone beyond the stage of the Moon Dynasty? That is the struggles, the battlings, the limping. That's a moon dynasty. And am I on the boundary of becoming a sun dynasty soul? It's my that stage of perfection. The sun dynasty soul is very near, just about to reach that. Or am I still in the moon dynasty stage? Those who have reached the boundary of the sun dynasty would sometimes take a jump into the sun dynasty stage because they are very close. So they will take a easy jump to the sun dynasty stage, but would otherwise remain in the moon dynasty stage. Sometimes they take a jump into the sun dynasty stage, but because of some kind of weakness, they would otherwise remain in the moon dynasty stage. Now check where you are and cross the boundary to become part of the sun dynasty stage. This is a last mile race. Do you understand what you have to do? Yep. So Bhagavata is giving a very important question. Now have you understood what we have to do, what you have to do? Acha. To those, now Baba summarizes the entire Murli. To those who constantly enable themselves to have a right to the Sun dynasty and who follow in the footsteps of the Father, to those who constantly stay in the angelic stage like the Father, to those who become master sons of knowledge and whose rays of attainment brings light to dispel the darkness of the world, to the children who are master sons of knowledge, Bab Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. So, Vijay bhai, how long is this Murli? How
I
much?
think, yeah, I think we can stop here and then
And I we
sit. Yeah, we can sit in remembrance for a while and then we can take some sharings and close.
Sure, sure. So let's stop here and because the essence of this Murli, I think we have already read, and that's deep essence, and it's applicable to each one of us, each one of us children of the Almighty. So let's take a pause here and deeply reflect the important questions and then share our reflections as to our understanding of what Bapdada is said through this Murli. Om Shanti. So, Om Shanti. I would request all divine family members, the stars, to share their reflections on this beautiful Murli, which has given us the telltale signs of the Sun dynasty souls and the Moon dynasty souls. The difference, it's a very subtle difference. So, what are these subtle differences between the souls of the Sun dynasty and the Moon dynasty? We can churn on them, and then also specific questions which Babdada asked for each one of us to ask ourselves. Om Shanti. We can start with with Vijit Bhaiji. Vijit Bhai, please share. You may please
Oh,
share.
yeah, Om Shanti. Yeah. Very nice, Murli, right? And Baba very well explained the contrast between Sun Dynasty and the Moon Dynasty in this. And in this, I like this, the third point that Baba said about the Sun Dynasty, that, Maya definitely comes in front of Sun Dynasty souls also, like a cloud, okay? But that a cloud comes and vanishes. So they are able to stabilize it. They will have bad moments, but they will not take that bad moments to bad days or bad weeks. So everybody will have to go through the obstacles of Maya. This clearly indicates whether it is Sun Dynasty or the Moon Dynasty. But first of all, everyone would love to be in that Sun Dynasty, but it depends on the effort, I think, how they are making, or the kind of attention that they are giving, right? Will classify them in Sun Dynasty or the Moon Dynasty. Everyone, I don't think anybody would love to go to the Moon Dynasty. Everybody would intend to go to the Sun Dynasty only. Everybody's Purusharth will also be going to Sun Dynasty, I guess. So uh, the Sun Dynasty soul, right? They'll always be perfect, right? So I think it also means sometimes I am a Sun Dynasty when I've started the journey. Sorry, Moon Dynasty when I've started the journey, and as I progressed and understood Baba deeper and deeper and paid a lot of attention in my Purusharth and effort making, made it a more intense effort, and then gradually shifted from Moon Dynasty to Sun Dynasty. That is also possible, right? So I feel this is all possible. So if somebody is in this field that they are in the stage of Moon Dynasty, I think there is no need to get disheartened in that I've reached only this stage. But this, you can see it as a stepping stone that you are making progress and then moving towards the Sun Dynasty. Om Shanti. So this point I liked. Maya comes to the souls, the Sun Dynasty souls also, and but they don't take it that in that sense. It's just a cloud and it vanishes before them in a short while. Stay with them only just for a short moment of time. Om
Yes,
Shanti.
very wonderful sharing. Very, we can all relate to this. That initially, yes, even my experience is that similar one. So now, would I request, may I request Ami Ben to share point so that we can take sequentially. Om Shanti. Ami sister, please share a point or two. Balvinder's sister, meanwhile, we'll take on Balvinder's sister. Please share one point. Any point you would like to share, any aspect which you would like to share. Om Shanti.
Uh, Om Shanti Bhaiji and Divine Family. Yes,
Om
I was
Shanti.
writing when you asked me. Uh, yes, Baba, I can hear you, and I am determined to fulfill your expectations, all expectations. But I'm very happy because currently I am in Moon Dynasty now. At least I can see. I'm not I'm not at the boundary, but at least I can see where is the Sun Dynasty and am I eligible? What is it do I need to do? But I just arrived in Moon Dynasty currently, and with more understanding, I will definitely make high jump to Sun Dynasty. Baba, I came from darkness age. For me, it's big lotto. At least I can see where do I need to go. Otherwise, I was struggling in the dark. Thank you, Ji.
Yes, thank you, sister, for sharing. And that's yes, at least the fortunate part is you are able to now understand clearly what's the aim, and you're constantly progressing towards in the ascending stage, progressing towards the aim, and you will definitely achieve that aim. The long jump, as you said, that's beautiful. And now let's listen to Chandrikala, sister. Chandrikala, sister, may I request you to share? Okay, meanwhile, we'll take on Girja, sister. Please share. You may share now. Any point?
Om Shanti. I think the Murli, we have to take it on a different. It's not that after reading the Murli, I know where I stand. No, it's not that. Baba is just giving us the features of the Sun Dynasty souls, the features of the Moon Dynasty souls, and just a checking point to see whatever features he has given. And also remember, Sun Dynasty soul, even the one who comes on day one, is Sato Pradhan. And then, as and when they go, the end of the Satyug, that is the end of 1250 years, and the border of getting inside the Moon Dynasty, they are also different. But even if they come in the last 100 years of Satyug, they are still called as Sun Dynasty souls. But they are in the last degrees. Then again, Baba also used to speak in Sakar Murlis of Sun Dynasty souls, but the royal souls, the maids of the royal souls, and the subjects and all. So it's a very big kingdom, a very big variety. Instead of thinking about, oh, am I a Sun Dynasty soul? Am I a thing? I think we should just go and find out understand the features what Baba is saying of number one, because this is new knowledge. Because otherwise, if you see, even in the Mahabharata and all, it is something different. They've got a different version for the lunar and the solar dynasty. This is a new knowledge which, for a new age, for a new world, which Baba is giving us now in the confluence age. That's the one. For me, it's always the first point, constant company of one and all virtues absorbed. I think that is enough for me for to take. I wouldn't go into to see will I be part of the Sun dynasty or will I be battling. I just take this to as my journey of thing to effort makers and to understand and visualize the Sun dynasty. That's all. Om Shanti.
Yes, beautiful sharing, Girja, sister. And will any points? Uh, while you were others, may you please unmute and share. Till such time, I would like to just, while you were sharing this point, yes, every soul is a sun actually, sun dynasty soul. What difference comes is in the awareness, because the moment you are created, you are the child, you are born to the Supreme Father. That very moment, the child is has got the right to the Sun dynasty, and it's a star, and there is no moon there, you know. So how does the moon and all this comes when our own weaknesses, we are like we lose on the awareness that who am I, and I deviate away from this awareness, then the changes in the phases or the degrees they come, and that's a part of the drama. If you see the entire kalpa, it's a part of the drama, from the golden age to the this till this kaluga, then the degrees are reducing. So it's not that any soul can always be Sun dynasty throughout the kalpa, no. But yes, in the confluence age, we can do our endeavor to always remain in this awareness that I am a Sun dynasty soul, and my every effort I can. That's a checking point Baba has given to us, to keep constantly checking my stage, whether it's Sun dynasty stage or it's a Moon dynasty stage. This is all for the checking. There is a parameter. It's kind of a barometer for us, or a parameter for us. How do we know what's the stage? So these are the these the specifications we have to see while assessing my own stage. So I think we how much time we have? I think we have
Om
8 more
Shanti.
minutes. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. I like the point where Baba has mentioned about the Sun Dynasty, that Sun Dynasty souls follow the footsteps of Brahma in everything. So their angelic stage is very fast. And also they take care of the take care of world transformation, but still they are double light. Om Shanti.
Yeah, beautiful point. What's your name, sister?
Sandhya. Sandhya Ramesh.
That's a Sandhya, sister. Yes, yes, very nice, very beautiful point you have shared. And I would also request any member who has not yet shared, may kindly share. Uh, who
Om
couldn't share?
Shanti.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
I like the poem. Sun dynasties still constantly experience stage of ascent. They are world servers.
Constant, yeah, experiencing a constant stage of ascending is the thing, and we can see what's my graph, and there could be some fluctuations temporarily, but then overall, what's my progress? Overall, if you see the market, I mean, the Lock example, the share index and all that, and people see that graphs and all, where is that candle forms and all that. So you see, what people see is in 1 month, what is the ascending? How much is the progress in 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year? What's the kind of trending? So that's what we have to see on our own stage. uh, in 1 month how much I have progressed, in 3 months how much I have progressed, since last year how much I have progressed till now. So these are checking parameters for all of us to see the slope of our graph. It should not never, it could be fluctuating, no problem, because we are surrounded by Maya. That's okay. But overall, if you see from Amrit Vela till the night, while going to sleep, what's the overall graph? Don't see the fluctuation in between. You have been victorious there, and sometimes you may not be victorious, but then overall, what's the stage? That graph. If you connect the first point of the Amrit Vela and the last point at the while going to sleep, what's the graph? How's the graph? You connect a straight line, and what's the angle of the graph? Okay. Other points, other members may also share that we have got 2 more minutes, and then we take a meditation one. Pamela Ben, Radhamani sister has shared, I think Rachna sister, and then Sridhar Bhai and Usha Ben. Anyone would like to share, please? Because
Om
every
Shanti Om
sharing
Bhai.
has a different dimensions actually. Every sharing is very important. Yeah, please. Yeah,
Om
please,
Shanti Om
Sridhar
Bhai.
Bhai. Om
Yeah.
Shanti, Om Shanti. Nice to hear you.
Thank you so much, Bhai. Om Shanti to the divine family. And today Bab Dada is saying through this Murli for us children, you have become my beloved child. Like Baba become as a mirror to see a difference between Sun Dynasty soul or a Moon Dynasty soul. And then Baba asking to us, the first step of the Sun Dynasty soul is the following of the father. Through mind, intellect, and sanskar are totally surrendered to the father.
Yes,
So we
yes.
need to check.
Very important point.
Yeah.
You have brought out.
Yeah, we need to check here, like whether after becoming a Baba's child, I completely surrendering through all these characters or nature. Whether not, if I am not, again I have a time to check and change.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. This is why these Murlis we are reading, if we are perfect, and if we are, perfect, then there's no need for reading these Murlis even. So we are all in the pursuit of spiritual progress to reach the perfection. So
That's
thank
what,
you.
Bhai. Thank you. Thank you.
Great point. I mean, that's you have said everything. Mind and intellect, total surrender. That's the renunciation, unlimited renunciation. And then Baba also spoke about the emperor of the inner world. No, that through this you become emperor of the world, inner world right now, and then emperor of the outer world in future. Will should, anyone else has to share now? Anyone who has
Om
not
Shanti,
shared?
brother, one more
Om
point.
Shanti.
Uh,
Yeah, please.
yeah, my Baba says that the Sun Dynasty souls are always very humble and they
Yeah.
maintain their stage of self-respect also.
Yes, yes. That's a very deep point. Very deep point. Humbleness doesn't come in a day. Humbleness has to be inculcated, and it's a deep awareness. Humbleness reflects the deep awareness that nothing is mine. Nothing, not even my mind and intellect. They are Babas. So that's a very deep point. Humbleness is a direct, practical form of being a Sun Dynasty. The soul is working deeply inside to reflect that. It's not easy. I mean, great point. Thank you, Baba. So let's do a 1 minute meditation. If no one else has any point to share, so let's all be seated on the stage of being a Sun Dynasty soul and reflect upon the parameters, the qualifications of a Sun Dynasty soul, which Bab Dada has shared with all children. Am I close? Am I already a Sun Dynasty soul? Or how, if not, how close I am towards reaching the stage of a Sun Dynasty soul? Visualize that I am very close to the Sun Dynasty stage, where I am constantly radiating the light and might. I am constantly bestowing blessings to everyone, irrespective of the caste, creed, or any other differences of the corporeal world. Am I constantly seated in the awareness, in the company of the Supreme Almighty Authority, the ocean of happiness, the ocean of bliss, the ocean of peace? Am I always experiencing Him in all relationships? All. Am I always victorious while being surrounded by Maya during my role, during my part on this stage of the corporeal world? While thinking, speaking, or acting, do I maintain an angelic stage just like Father Brahma? I am double light, or do I entangle into the limited drama? And see wherever there are certain non-conformities or certain deviations from these parameters, let me work on myself in silence and compare with Father Brahma and correct myself with my mind and intellect surrendered to him, using my father's mind and intellect, correcting and changing. Also focusing on my true identity. Who am I? I'm the master ocean of knowledge. Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti. Vijit Bhaiji, you may conclude the session. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Ambai, for jumping and taking over the session. And thank you, Divine Family. We shall meet again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, all have a wonderful day.